everybody, my name is Jennifer Mack. I'm a part of the comms team at VMLY&R in the New York office.
And hi, my name is Amber Chenevert. I'm Group Director of Strategy and Insights, as well as Culture Studio Lead at VMLY&R.
And we're here for a quick Q&A on Dear Black Talent. So what is Dear Black Talent, Amber? Let's talk about it.
Right, so Dear Black Talent is in partnership with the 4A's Foundation and VMLY&R. It's an extension of the 4A's Foundation 365 Black Print, which will serve as a information source as well as a support system for Black talent, specifically to learn about the industry, find their way into it, find their way back to it, and generally get overall support to help advance their careers in the industry.
That is so dope. And I'm so excited that we're doing something like this and are a part of an initiative that is so important. So let's go back to the beginning of Dear Black Talent. What was going on in the world at the time that sparked the idea?
I think, in 2020, after George Floyd was so heinously murdered in a way that many of us could see live, it really ignited a fire, not just in the country, but all over the world, about the value of Black lives. And as an agency, what we had to really ask ourselves is, how do Black lives matter to us? What is our way of really being able to contribute to this movement, contribute to the transformation? And Dear Black Talent was actually born out of that. From our perspective, if all of us tackle this issue from our perspective within our power, then we can make real lasting change.
Thank you for diving deeper into that and giving us some more background and context on Dear Black Talent. 2020 was quite a year and there was so much going on, and it's just so amazing that we were looking to find ways that we can make a difference within the scope of our industry. So let's keep the conversation going. Given the current social climate and the emphasis on DE&I within the industry, how can this tool help us to gain more traction on equity in employment?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think that there's sort of a push and pull here, right? When it comes to opportunities in the industry, who gets those opportunities and how it happens. Historically, in advertising, who gets the opportunities has basically been a reflection of who knew somebody or who did you know. And given that our industry started in a very segregated place, even as laws and more civil liberties have been provided, it still means that some of those ways in which we do recruiting are still grounded in some of those segregated histories. And so what it does is it creates a new avenue. It creates a new avenue for more people to get exposed to the industry, to really see where they can fit in, to see people who are a reflection of themselves, but then also to be able to have a place to navigate into the industry, quite literally by way of job postings, exposure to workshops, and other activities that actually give you the in that you wouldn't have necessarily had. And that's a way to help us to begin to break down some of those old ways of recruiting and old ways of connecting and bringing people into the industry. And it's also a way for us to expand the way that we begin to engage people.
I love that. This is a platform that can definitely have a huge impact on hiring practices within the industry. What impact do we hope this website will have among Black professionals that are interested in marketing and advertising?
Right. So we just hope that fundamentally there's a clear sense of what the opportunities are. I think one of the things that's interesting about advertising is the outcome of advertising is what people see the most. Like they see the commercial or they see the creative, and they might think to themselves, well, I'm not a writer, or I'm not an art director, what could I potentially have to do with advertising? And what we tried to provide was all of the different avenues and careers more broadly that are available, so more people could really see themselves in it. I could be wrong, but I don't know if there's another site that actually fundamentally explains the roles as well as what Dear Black Talent does, to actually show a bit of how the agency works and where you might fit in. So in doing that, we hope that more people, even outside of our industry or adjacent to our industry, will be attracted to what they see and can engage.
Yes, like everything that you said, because the reality is that we don't know what we don't know, and if you're not really on the track for a career in advertising, like you didn't go to school for a discipline like this specifically, you might think that your skill set just isn't relevant for any type of position or career in advertising. Mm-hmm. So what I love about this is that it really helps to shed light on the many ways that people's existing skill sets can really work within this industry, and that they can actually be successful in this space. It's all about having the knowledge that you need so that you can effectively navigate that journey. So in saying all of this, right, like Dear Black Talent, it has the potential to have such a huge impact in terms of recruiting practices and just making sure that this knowledge is readily available for anyone who wants it. What example do we hope it will set for the industry at large?
Mm-hmm. So I think one other aspect of Dear Black Talent, as well as it being embedded in 365 Black Print, that's really important, is not just the support and resources for the talent that we're trying to attract, but also the support and resources for elevating this talent within those organizations, as it relates to training multicultural teams and that kind of support that the 4As will also offer as well. And so what we hope to do is that people understand, that recruiters, that executive leaders understand that getting Black talent in, or getting people of color in, or getting more women into the industry is not just about the recruiting process, but it's also about the support that needs to happen, the sponsorship, the mentorship, the infrastructure that you need to build in your organization in order to make sure that we can retain this talent and develop this talent and grow this talent into leaders. And so that's really the framework that we hope to offer to the industry at large, is to really be able to see foundationally, here's a platform where you can think about recruiting talent, and then think about also what that means in your organization in order to be able to support, advise, develop this talent, so we can have more diverse leadership across the industry.
Wonderfully put, wonderfully put. We have this dope initiative that we are launching. How can people support?
Yeah, so great question. So what you want to do is go to foundation.aaaa.org/defining the future. And you will find all the information about how organizations can partner with Dear Black Talent in order to advance our mission.